I just want to change the subject for just 1 second and thank Steve Lawton. For those of you that may not know, he represents the Verizon workers, and he was able to get me an iPhone 5 today, so I appreciate it. Let me start by congratulating all the honorees tonight. It is my privilege to be here tonight and have the pleasure of introducing to you a true union leader. I first met Steve when my local went on strike in 2005. I'm sure most of you remember that. Steve's union, the Communication Workers of America Local 1102, was the first union to march in solidarity with us, even though we didn't even know Steve. And I thank him for that. This is the type of guy he is, union first. Since then, we have built a great relationship with the communication workers. If you ever need someone on your side, Steve is truly that guy. He will never run from a good fight. His local 1102 and their president, Steve Lawton, are truly blessed to have such a great union activist. I look forward to working with Steve and his local in the future. So on behalf of my executive board and my 2,200 members, it is with great pleasure to introduce to you Steve Lawton.
There's an interesting quote on this plaque by Eugene Debs. I would not lead you into the promised land if I could. Because if I let you in, someone else will lead you out. You must use your heads as well as your hands and get yourself out of your present condition. Vote Democratic! This is a plaque for Steve Lawton. We're honoring him with the John W. Lavelle Labor Award in recognition of your dedication and service to organized labor and to all the people of Staten Island and New York State. Thank you, Steve. First, I want to say thank you to my brothers and sisters from the movement. The one thing about the labor movement that I hold dear to my heart is that it doesn't matter where we come from, it doesn't matter how you grew up or where you live. We are all connected. We have a shared history, and we have a shared future. And there's nothing more unifying than that. And that's why I'm so passionate about the labor movement. Receiving the John Lavelle Labor Award is a huge honor for me. It represents a man who worked tirelessly for our community. He worked for people that were living in poverty and the working class. So I want to thank the Staten Island Democratic Association for even considering me for this honor. With the attack going on in this country against unions and workers' rights, inequality is growing. That means that those that are already starting off with a disadvantage are going to find it even harder to live a dignified life as a worker. White workers, the gap between white workers and minority workers is at a 25-year high. Women still do not make the same money for the same work as a man in a non-union environment. Undocumented workers, immigrants to this country, are being exploited. Their families are living in dire and unsafe conditions, and it's costing us thousands of good jobs. I want to give you a story about what's happening right here on Staten Island. Our local represents call center workers who work at Xerox Corporation, huge corporation. Over the last 4 years, these workers have had to endure a ruthless campaign by the company in their fight for recognition and a fair contract. These workers are living at the poverty line. Okay? They're living in probably public housing and living off of some social services to take over some of the problems with their income and their benefits that they don't receive from the company. These workers don't go to work for 40 hours a week to work for a major corporation for charity. They go to work for 40 hours a week for opportunity. I was thinking about what to say about tonight, and I want to talk about, I want to say a quote that I hold dear to me. It's from Mother Jones.
All right.
She said, when asked about charity, we don't need your charity. What we need is opportunity to live like men and women in this country. That's what union membership is. It's an opportunity for workers. Myself, right out of high school, I rolled right into a union job. I was lucky enough to have job security and health care right off the bat, and that built a foundation. And from there, I was able to get a college education. I was able to buy a home. I was able to raise a family here on Staten Island. That's why I fight for workers. It's not because I want more. It's because I owe. I owe the people that have sacrificed to give me what I have today, and I owe the generation that deserves the same opportunity I got tomorrow. So in closing, we still have a huge struggle ahead of us. It seems like we're up against impossible odds, but we have been there before. As a community, we need to stand up to inequality, and we need to stand up for workers' rights, the right to organize, and the right to collectively bargain. And we need to work as this as a community, and that's what the SIDA does. They work as a coalition to fight for what's important to our community. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank all the honorees for the work they do for our community. Thank you, SIDA, for even considering me, and thank you all for being here and enjoying this night with myself. Thank you very much.